All right, so I got a reaction coming at y'all real quick. I saw this like a week ago on TikTok, and bruh, I really wanted to touch on it, man, because some of the stuff that she said, it clicked in my mind. Like, okay, that's how it's supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? But we so warped in this new way of thinking in 2022. Shit just be crazy, man. Let's get into it.
So I seen one of my homegirls make a video about her being a virgin. And it just brought back up memories, and I'm bored up late, so I feel like talking about it. So let's talk about it. Okay, so I lost my virginity when I was 19 years old. Yes, I went high school every school year without getting none. And it wasn't like, oh, I'm waiting for the right guy, I'm waiting for marriage. It wasn't none of that. So a lot of people be saying, oh my God, it hurted so bad. Oh my God, I cried. Oh my God, it was this and that. When I tell you that felt so damn good, I was off a bleezy. I'm losing my virginity in every position type. Like, no pain, no gain, nothing. Everything down to it, down to this. I did every. I losing my virginity though, like that's kind of loud, but it's crazy because bro didn't even last long at all. But I'm a virgin, so I don't even know. Like that's not normal at all. So I'm happy. Like I left, I not left because it was at my mom's house, but I was satisfied. Basically, one thing.
And that's one of the parts that it clicked. Like, that's how it's supposed to be. You as a young adult, you about to start your life with your partner. Y'all married. Y'all finna go on down the path. Neither one of y'all know what the hell y'all doing. So you was happy and satisfied with the situation. Now, I don't agree with her being, you know what I'm saying, smoking a blunt before she did it. You know what I'm saying? Because that's you know what I'm saying, that's not okay. But at the end of the day, the reason why a lot of these situations, like they talking about you got to test drive a partner, or, you know what I'm saying, women be talking about, oh, well, he was perfect, but his sex game was trash. How do you know that, sis? How do you, like, you got to really think about the mindset. You will bypass on a guy because his sex game is trash when sex is literally customizable. You know what I'm saying? You can literally fix that. So I, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's one of the things where I really wish we would start teaching our sons and daughters to start moving differently at an early age. Because this right here is how it's supposed to be. She said she was satisfied. And she said after the fact, after she dealt with other people, she realized he didn't even last that long. But she didn't know that. She was satisfied with the small bit that he did. Because she had no frame of reference to say, oh, nah, that kind of was ass. But over time, you know what I'm saying, it would have built on itself, and y'all would have just went down the path and everything would have been fine. But this is where we at today. You know what I'm saying? Everybody dealing with everybody. Everybody got all these experiences that, you know what I'm saying, you can't really control this shit no more. It's just out of order, man.
I regret is that my mom didn't teach me like the rules of having sex and like the precautions and what not to do, what to do. When I tell you I started wilding.
And that was another thing that kind of bothered me, you know what I'm saying? Because one, your mother should have taught you that, you know what I'm saying? Two, where was your father at? You know what I'm saying? So we see this shit all the time where it's like it run in cycles. Why didn't your mother teach you that? Because she didn't know. She probably taught you the things that she thought was important. She probably thought that you was, you know what I'm saying, you wasn't even on that type of time. But it's like, that's one thing I love about the truth, where it's like, you don't shield your child from learning about real life shit. Like, that's why I never understood about Christianity. They don't teach about sex. When sex throughout the Bible, I don't understand that. When the scriptures tell you that, you know what I'm saying, the marriage bed is undefiled. So why can't y'all talk about sex as long as y'all talking about it in the confines of marriage? I don't understand. As a mother, why won't you teach your daughter how to be a wife, or how to maneuver around sex, and don't give yourself to nobody unless y'all finna get married? Why wouldn't you teach her that? Proverbs 31, she a teacher. Titus chapter 2, The older women supposed to teach the younger women. Why do we do this to our daughters? As a man, why would you have a child with somebody and you're not there to guide this young sister into her adult life? I don't understand this shit. You like this woman enough to impregnate her, leave your seed in her, but you're not there to teach the seed. It don't make sense to me, man. So she said she started wilding when she got her first little taste. Now, that would have been fine if she would have just started wilding on her husband. What would have been the problem in that? There wouldn't have been no problem. Actually, that probably would have strengthened their marriage. But that's not how it go. Let's continue.
After I lost my virginity, I said, who's next? I'm telling you, after I lost my virginity, anybody I ever thought was attractive or I wanted to see what it was about, I tried it. I didn't care. I was wildin', one night stands type. I'm probably going to be embarrassed after. Hopefully this video don't blow up and just only like my supporters see it. But I don't know. Like, it's just my truth. Like, it's probably why God said, we're going to get her pregnant. That's probably why. If you really think about it, I just told you guys, I lost my virginity at 19. I also got pregnant at 19. And no,
it's scary, man, when you hear this type of stuff, man. And honestly, it's good that she bringing this shit out because this is a teaching moment for other young ladies. So I'm pretty sure she probably would, with these stories, I'm pretty sure she would tell a girl her age or around their age when she got pregnant not to do what she did. But it's like, I want to go in the Bible right quick. It's Ecclesiastes chapter 26 and verse 10. If thy daughter be shameless, keep her in straitly, lest she abuse herself through overmuch liberty. I wanted to get that because this is what she's explaining in her story. Why do we have to let our daughters go through this? What she said, in her mind, she had to rationalize that God had to sit her down by giving her a child. Now, my thought process would be that she had a child by a guy that, you know what I'm saying, 9 out of 10 didn't want to be a father or didn't want to be a husband. That's just me thinking about how it goes in the black community. So, because why would you in your mind think that God sitting you down with a child? Because that sounds like a punishment. That sounds like a judgment. That don't sound like something that was positive. So you let our daughters be out here shameless, you know what I'm saying? She just said she was wilding. No shame in her game. So she abused herself through that liberty. And it's another place that they talk about that same thing. But it's like, how do we correct it? You correct it by keeping your family intact and teaching your children, man. Because if the mother out, if she doing it by herself, right? Do she really got time to really teach like that? Really? Do she really got time to sit and go through the intricate details of what life is? In most cases, I don't think so. So a lot of times, these children are being taught by social media. They're being taught by their friends. They're being taught by TV. Let's keep it a stack. But, you know, it is what it is, man. Let's continue.
was it by the same guy that I lost my virginity to? That just tells you I was on the path of destruction. So God stroked down and struck me, and he said, I'm going to save you.
I know she was trying to be funny at the end, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes you need that comic relief, you know what I'm saying? But it's still sad, though, because these are the type of situations that spawn into co-parenting situations that don't happen, that don't work on in most cases in the black community. In most cases. Because I say this shit all the time. Like, I see it when women be complaining online about how fathers be inconsistent or how things ain't what they wanted to be. It's hard to be consistent in an inconsistent situation. It's hard for me to be a full-time father if I don't live in the house with my children. You asking me to do some shit that's kind of hard to do. It's kind of hard for me to be in multiple places at one time. These are the type of situations where you starting your family off on a cracked foundation. We don't see it like that, but that's how it is. Your base already messed up. You started off on the wrong foot. So now we trying to get it out the mud, literally. Because that foundation was still wet. It ain't set yet. So we in these modes trying to figure this shit out on the fly. And that's where most trauma is spawned from. That's what most trauma is built from. You doing shit because you too young. You doing shit and you ain't had no business doing that. But you know, it is what it is, man. Leviticus 19:29 gonna always reign supreme. Deuteronomy 23:17, that's gonna always reign supreme. Hebrews 13:4, gonna always reign supreme. Those things hit every time. Exodus 22:16, it hit every time. She should have been married to the first brother. Period. They supposed to be married. She could have started wilding. That's Hebrews 13:4. You should have been wilding with your husband. That'd have been all good. But that ain't how it went. That's not how it go in most cases in the black community, because we don't see ourselves as special enough to just take that proper step. We think having a child is less of a commitment than getting married. Because let's be real. Most people are scared to get married, but they're not scared to have a child, which is backwards. Which is way backwards. But you know, it is what it is. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments, man. I'm out.